What is up, you guys? This is JP, and in today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to brace better for the deadlift. For anyone who deadlifts, we all know the importance of bracing and bracing properly. There's a lot of reasons why we brace. One, to prevent injury. I know that's a blanket statement, but again, you don't want a lot of moving parts in and around your core when you're doing a deadlift. If you're very loose around your midsection when you're lifting something heavy or deadlifting, or I don't even want to say loose, if you don't have a lot of air, in your stomach and not a lot of intra-abdominal pressure, you're gonna have a lot of moving parts for your low back, your core. You're not gonna have tension or air pushing up against your spine and kind of keeping everything in place. A good analogy I once heard is think about having a stick in a balloon. If you have a lot of air in the balloon and the stick is in the center and there's a lot of tension with the air, the stick's not gonna be able to move around or go around. It's the same thing with marbles in a balloon. If you have a lot of marbles in a balloon and you put a lot of tension in it, the marbles aren't really gonna be able to move. They're just gonna kind of be pushed up against the outsides of the balloon. But if you only have a little bit of marbles in a balloon and you move it around, there's gonna be a lot of movement, a lot of shaking of the marbles. Same thing with the stick. If you have only a little bit of air in the balloon and the balloon's kind of deflated, the stick would be an analogy for your spine. You're gonna have like a lot of movement of the stick inside the balloon, which is not, again, a one-to-one example, but again, you can kind of get where I'm trying to go with this. If you don't have that big, deep belly breath of air and you don't brace properly, it's not gonna be setting up your core for, to maximize intra-abdominal pressure to set you up to be able to lift some heavy-ass weight. So that's what we wanna do. To give you guys a quick, preface of this video, it's not going to teach you how to brace. So if you don't know how to brace, there are plenty of other good videos to teach you how to brace. This is just kind of give you a little bit of a tip on how to add on to your brace to kind of complement that a little bit. So one thing that I like to do, and you can notice this in a lot of my deadlifts, I'm sure I have a deadlift somewhere on my YouTube, or you guys can check on my Instagram, JP Fitness Pro. I upload a lot of stories of me deadlifting, is I start the deadlift from a hips high position and with a rounded back. So before I initiate the deadlift or before I drop my butt to start the pull, I start my deadlift with the rounded back. And for those of you who have watched my deadlift setup videos, a lot of my deadlift setup pretty much kind of goes neck and neck with Austin Baraki's deadlift setup video that he did with Alan Thrall. So check out his video if you want to know how I set up for my deadlift. But I walk up to the bar, I'm an inch from the bar, I bend down, grab the bar, I don't move the bar, don't let it roll forward or backward. And then from there, while I have my hands on the bar, I take a big, deep belly breath of air while my back is rounded. That is key. And then from there, I drop my butt until my shins hit the bar, and then I straighten out my back, and then I start the pull. I don't like trying to take a big, deep belly breath of air when my back is straight. When your back is straight, you already have some tension kind of around your midsection, so it's hard to get a big, deep belly breath of air or a lot of air in there when you have a lot of tension already. What I like doing is taking in a big, deep belly breath of air when my back is rounded and then straining on my back. So I get high tension from the air in my stomach. And then when I straighten out my back, it feels like it really just maximizes the tension and it gets everything super, super tight. And I know that this happens is because I've actually trained a few people, and when I have them set up in this way, especially when they're inexperienced, they almost can't handle the pressure and they tend to breathe out a little prematurely, which again, another reason why we start lighter than normal when I'm training someone. But overall, I can see the amount of tension that they're creating, which is a good thing. So again, you want to maximize the amount of intra-abdominal pressure that you have or can create when you're doing when you're doing a deadlift. So again, I would definitely recommend you utilize that point. And again, I want to emphasize is you're not pulling with a rounded back. You're getting a rounded back first. You're taking that big, deep belly breath of air. Then you're dropping your butt to your chin to the bar, and then you're straightening your back, and that's gonna maximize the amount of stability you can so you can set up for a really big pull. If you guys have any questions or comments on anything that I said, or if you need a little bit of clarification on how to do this, let me know in the comments below. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. If you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. For other fitness related content, go to my website.